Hi friends, I would like to greet you and congratulate you because you are the pioneers that are helping ground 5D on planet Earth. So today I want to make a short video again about the planet Mars, okay? Because not only am I having a fascination to understand what is Mars, to understand what is Mangal, but I am also seeing, like literally seeing uh, the name Mars everywhere, almost like somebody sees their twins' name. Of course, I am seeing my twin's name everywhere. I'm seeing his name, I'm seeing his surname, but I'm seeing the planet Mars, Mangal everywhere. So I am researching on this, okay? And there is something very interesting that came to my mind when I was studying a bit of astrology. So the astrological placement, okay, which is known as Ketu Mars, okay, Ketu Mars, all right. So you know the planet Ketu is like a headless planet, right? It's a headless planet, and this planet, okay, represents the unconscious state, the subconscious state, okay, the fragmentation basically, all right. So when you have Ketu Mars, it is in astrology it is called Pisach Yoga. Okay. Now what is a Pisach? A Pisach is an energy draining entity, right? A Pisach is an energy draining entity. So we think that this world is a normal world. No, but there are people with serious damage living around here. Like for example, narcissism. Okay, it is a type of a Pisach Yoga. Okay, because these people are constantly out there trying to disturb others, trying to create some issues, trying to, just disrupt the system basically. Okay, so this is the nature of narcissism. It is again very much Mars dominant, like Rahu Mars. Okay, again draining energy. Ketu Mars, again draining energy, creating all these traumas. Okay, but the Ketu Mars individuals, okay, or polarized individuals tend to be a little bit hiding, they like to hide and do their actions, okay, because they do not have a standing in society. Mostly such people, such people are like, always coming from the lower ranks of society, okay, so they do not have that kind of a standing in society basically, and even if they do stand anyway, it's among their that same level, okay, of people. So I was guided, okay, to research the planet Mars, all right. And as I said, I've been seeing the planet Mars everywhere. And what I want to share, the most important thing in this video is that the matrix twin flame connection, as I said before, is about the planet Mars. But what I want to add to it here in this short video is that it is about fragmentation, okay. The planet Mars is ultimately about the soul fragmentation, okay. And what is the matrix twin finally? Okay, he is a mirror of your own internal fragmentation, okay, but you do not realize this when you are uh, all caught up in the story at the first, okay. Only when you take your space away from this person, okay, only when you take the time to love yourself and to know yourself and get to know yourself, even that work, initially you do not get to the answer first, okay. It's only when a lot of ego layers of yourself have been purified, okay, that is when you begin to understand, okay, that what the matrix twin is simply mirroring to you, because he is you. I wouldn't even say he is the other half of you. He is you. He is a simultaneous incarnation of you. All right. So he is mirroring the severe soul fragmentation that has occurred in your soul. And if you are a twin flame, it means you have taken on this level of karma for a particular reason. You have seen that movie, right, where Neo, he is into the matrix, okay, and in the final part of the movie he has to connect to the machines, All right, he has to connect to the machines, he has to plug into the system. Now, how can you be whole and be plugged into the system? How can you be whole, a 5D being, an avatar self, and be plugged into the matrix? Right? You can't. Alright? So, in order to come into this system and to plug into this system and to make changes into this system, right? You had to fragment. You had to fragment. Okay? So, while I was meditating about the planet Mars and while I was meditating about this journey, I was questioning my monad self that why do we have to take on this degree of fragmentation? And the plain answer is to plug into the system. There is no way to shift the system unless and until you plug into the system. You go inside the system and you make the changes. Right? I mean, why does Neo have to be with all that equipment and have all those plugins into his system? Because he can only plug into the system and make the changes, right? It is the same with twin flames, it is the same with grid workers, it is the same with ascension workers, right? Because we live in a culture where actually, if you see, there is a lot of Pisach yoga. There is a lot of Mars and Ketu influence here. Okay. And what do I mean by Pisach yoga and Mars and Ketu? I mean a high level of soul fragmentation. Okay. And now I leave it up to you. Where do you see a lot of fragmentation behavior? Okay. You have to go out in society, you have to get to know people, okay, and you have to see where you see in which group of people, right, you see the most amount of soul fragmentation. Okay, and if you really want to see the true nature of whether a person's soul is whole or fragmented, become a woman and go there. Okay, just become a woman, okay, a simple average woman, and go there, and all the demons of that person will come out. Okay, that is how you get to see the Mars Ketu Pisach yoga in society. Okay, and don't go as a negative woman, go as a very positive woman, go as a very spiritual woman. Okay, because wherever there is a spiritual woman, wherever there is this Shakti energy, the demons come out easily, right? Because when the soul is fragmented, it cannot stand the energy of Shakti, it cannot stand the energy of a divine feminine, it gets unstable. All the Pisach yoga comes out of the soul. Then people start jumping, then people start screaming, then people start shitting along. I mean, literally, literally. People who are possessed with negative entities, what will they do? Have you seen? Well, I was told that, when a priest or someone starts working on these people, they actually, excrete. They start excreting, because the entire system is having all that negative infection, right? So I was talking to you about astrology, and I was talking to you about Mars, Ketu, which is Pisach yoga. I was also relating this to the movie Matrix and how our system, okay, has a severe amount of soul fragmentation. That is why people don't follow rules in society. Okay, so what are the twin flames here to do? Bring awareness, shift the grids, heal the grids, okay. Bring a level of love and clarity into the collective consciousness. Okay, so that we realize that finally we are one whole family as a planet, and we are destroying our own planet because our corrupted system. Isn't it better to work and fix our corrupted system, right? Rather than see our planet go to the dogs, rather than see our country get destroyed. So the planet Mars is very important. It's very, very important, especially in the case of the spiritual twin and matrix twin flame, because it shows a high degree of soul fragmentation in the one shared soul. Okay, you don't have to blame your twin, He's a matrix twin because that's the split that you took on. Okay, and remember, it's the most important thing that I wanted to actually share in this video that I'm making, that Mars represents the soul fragmentation. And those twin flames who are working on the polarity grids, most all twin flames are working on the polarity grids, right? To the twin flames who are working on the polarity grids, okay, Mars becomes a very, very important planet because it is ruling that aspect of soul fragmentation. Okay, once your Mars is healed, it means like soul fragmentation is cleared like 95%. Okay, what is the meaning of a healed Mars? A healed Mars is a planet, okay, that has integrated the entire system. Okay, that has healed and fixed the soul fragmentation. Okay, so as I am thinking about this process and as I'm living life and as I'm observing people, okay, I am being given an understanding regarding these things, regarding the matrix twin, regarding the soul fragmentation, regarding the planet Mars. This is what Mars, because Mars represents cutting. Okay, whether it's a warrior, whether it's a butcher, whether it's a laborer, okay, these aspect of cutting, that is Mars planet. Similarly, Mars also denotes soul fragmentation, because soul fragmentation is a fracture, is a cut, is a separation in the soul. Okay, and when there is a very deep level of separation in the soul, okay, be it through a personal trauma, be it through an ancestral trauma, be it through a collective trauma. And guys, twin flames are here to take on the collective traumas and transmute them. Okay, because I have Mars Ketu in Virgo. Virgo is what? Virgo is the collective. It's the 6th house. It's the planet Earth. It's the collective. Alright? So this is how you begin to understand different types of twin flame connections. Okay, and this is how you begin to understand how love appears in a polarized way in the matrix. Because in the matrix you cannot have love, in polarity you cannot have love. You know, love happens in 5D after you integrate the polarity. So your function of your twin is to mirror it. It is your job. Think about it and figure it out and come to the conclusion. Okay, so I'm leaving you with this super secret about the planet Mars. Okay, that Mars is a representative for the soul fragmentation, and when you heal the soul fragmentation, your Mars heals. And when your Mars heals, you begin to ascend, because you know Mars is that flight upwards. You know, the fighter jets, the aeroplanes, all that is Mars. Okay, so ascension is also Mars. So when do you ascend? When you fix your Mars. When do you fix your Mars? When you heal the soul fragmentation. Right? And do one more thing. Go out there, meet people, and just observe in society which groups of people tend to have more soul fragmentation. Because as your third eye opens, you have to understand the difference between what you thought versus what is the reality. Like for example, yesterday me and my friends were discussing, you know, when we see a poor person, we naturally feel sorry for that person. Okay, oh, this person doesn't have money, this person doesn't have a good house. But to a person with an awakened third eye can see the past lives full of bad karmas of that person. Now you will say, don't judge. I think you have to judge, friends. In order to make a decision, you have to judge. If not judge, it's at least just called discerning. On the surface, everybody feels, oh, poor person, poor person. But that poor person is stinking with bad karmas. What about that? When will that person heal? I mean, if you really want to help that person, show him how to balance the chakras. Tell him the truth. Have you tried telling the truth to a poor person? Oh, well, he'll come and kill you. At that moment, he'll forget that he's a poor person. He will come to kill you because he cannot listen to the truth. he is playing the victim card. So this is the difference between the socially conditioned masses and the awakened masses. The awakened masses can read a person's energy and say things as they are. And you cannot have healing without triggering. That is the process of awakening. I mean, did you awaken without getting triggered? No, your twin triggered you. Did your twin get awakened without getting triggered? No, you triggered him and his karmic triggered him. It is simply the process. Alright, it is simply the process. So think about the planet Mars, friends. Think about the planet Mars. What does this planet Mars represent? Soul fragmentation, energy draining. You think we are going to have a harmonious society safe for women when you have such fragmented individuals living here? When are we going to create that healthy society which is safe for women, which is safe for children? We talk about women independence. Getting a job is women independence. It's not. How do we achieve that security? You have to heal the human system first, because humans are the components of the system. Aliens are not coming here and forming this system. It's the damaged humans that create all these system disruptions. Right? Damaged humans. What is the government doing to fix this damaged humans? Giving the poor people money. Yeah? Forgiving the debt. Giving free electricity. Government doesn't care about the society. Government cares about the votes. Government is trying to buy the masses here, and the problem is that these days, the masses elect the government, and if the masses are corrupted, guess what? And the problem is, can you really educate the masses? How much can you educate the masses? How much? If the DNA is corrupted, how can you educate the masses? Corrupted DNA is highly resistant to education. It will go to school, it will come home and it will drink. It will have alcohol, it will do all these negative things. Why? Because education doesn't solve the problem of the society. It's they're working on the DNA that solves the problem. Okay? So that is why we are having the spiritual awakenings nowadays. Okay? That is why we have so many twin flames incarnating. We have so many people awakening. We have so many people meeting their twin flames. Because the divine knows that this is the way to fix the system, by healing the DNA, by working on the chakras, by awakening the consciousness. Masses is power, right? Shift the masses. Awaken the masses. Okay? Because the politicians are only here for votes. Yeah? So guys, think about this. Think about the planet Mars. Think about your beloved twin flame and what is mirroring to you. Usually is mirroring to you the stuff that you have taken on from your ancestry. Or the stuff that you have taken on from your collective. Okay, and of course this is for the betterment of the system, because you are here plugged in to shift the system. Alright friends, so if you like this video, then please give it a like, subscribe to my channel. Okay, if you're guided, you can donate, you can book a session with me if you're having some issues, especially those who feel that you're connected in a matrix twin flame connection, and even any other twin flame connection. I can help you. Divine masculine is very similar, whether it's a matrix twin or it's not a matrix twin, pretty much similar, but matrix twin is different in the sense matrix twins process is slightly different, because it's all about Mars, and that's why the awakening happens at the end, because actually the Mars heals. Mars is grounding, right? So Mars heals last. Okay. So yes friends, I will see you again next time, and it's all about grounding 5T. It's all about grounding 5T. Bye for now.